This is the history of the Newstalk 830 WCCO in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. There used to be a sign here that said WCCO, WCCO, but they sadly took it down. So let's do history of it. October of 2008, the sign says WCCO, and they had like this 830 truck. A bunch of cars would come in inside, and then they had this radio tower, and this is what it used to look like. It was just kind of this reddish white, I should say, yeah. And then there's the WCCO sign on the bottom. May of 2009, the truck is gone because they were done doing a broadcast, and there were 2 radio towers. Then in July of 2011, the WCCO sign was still there. They were still open. It's a big house, and they were transmitting this radio station to an actual tower. So there's the radio tower, and then there is another one, is the ham radio, so people are certified that they love WCCO. November of 2015, WCCO was still open. They still got the signs up, and they were still in operation. Then in November of 2017, the WCCO sign was still open. They still have 830 WCCO on the radio, so this is always open 24 hours. Then in September of 2018, they took down the WCCO sign. Like you can kind of see the label scar of it, and they also took it down here because they were doing a remodel of this radio tower because they were trying to add like extra wires to kind of separate it so that way they can transmit it more better, because they had like transmitter issues, so they took down the WCCO sign, but they still exist though. Then in October of 2019, you can still see the WCCO label scar, but they actually got a brand new radio tower because the old one, the transmitter, was getting staticky and causing it to have a grainy voice. So they changed the radio tower to now just be a different color, because it used to just be like red and white, but now they just took it down and made it kind of this black because they needed to have a better signal. August of 2021, this is what it looks like. So it's still in operation. August of 2022, radio tower is still in operation. If you're wondering why it's cut off, is because that's actually the Google Street View's camera, so it picked up sliced in half, so it looks like it's cut, but like, oh no, we don't have signal. Well, that's just a camera from the Google Street View car, so it picks up a weird angle. And then as of now, this is what it looks like from April to 2024 and as of now. But this thing still remains open to this day, and they're always open 24 hours, because 830 is the only station you can get on AM, while the other ones will work and then during the daytime. And then some of the other AM stations, like The Biz and KSTP and other AM stations, will usually go static, but they would have a very grainy voice and become very, very quiet. Like, they automatically decrease the volume at night, and sometimes you would hear this noise like, yeah, almost like a foghorn. Or sometimes you can hear like a mic blowing sound like, yeah, kind of like that. And sometimes sometimes you would hear like a grainy voice like, Alexa, hello, this is 1500 Christmas, or something like that. Kind of like when you do the Alexa slurp, like, yeah. Alexa, stop. Oops, sorry. Yeah, just like that. But anyways, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe for more peace.